Hey there, welcome in. It's time for Media Day. So it is 2023 Hart Women's Soccer Media Day. I am your host today, Jillian Carroll. I'm also a part of the KCTV5 anchor team, and I am the color analyst for KC Current in the NWSL. But today, I'm very pleased to be with Park University head women's soccer coach, Ken Hefner, and we are also joined with Felicitas Mueller. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing today?
Good, Julie. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to just preview what your season is going to look like in 2023. So, Coach, I am going to start with you, and we're going to chat a little bit about the squad in general. But I want to talk first about the player to your right, which is her nickname is Feely. So we're going to go with Feely. Share with us a little bit about what Feely brings to the pitch, and also just how valuable she is to your program.
Well, Feely's is a fifth-year player this year. She's using her COVID year to finish up her undergrad, and then we have a 4-1 program here where she can go ahead and start taking some classes in her graduate degree, and she's going to start that. And then she's deciding, what area she's going to participate in later on. Having somebody here for 5 years is huge. She's been here, we could say through the bad years, the beginning when we first came into the Hart, and now to where we think we're a competitive team in the Hart. So she's been that, so she can explain the trials and tribulations we've had playing games, but just getting our squad up to the level that we are now. And it's very important to have somebody that has that. She has a passion for Park. She has a passion for the women's soccer team. With all the players, and just I can't kick her off the field enough times. I mean, I drive up there and she's already out there running or having one of the guys shoot at her. She's the goalkeeper for us, an all-conference performer for last year, and she just loves it. Her passion is just so evident, and it's great to have that and have somebody do their fifth year with you and spread it around.
Very cool. Feely, we're going to come to you and learn a little bit about you. Where are you from and what is your major?
I'm from Cologne, Germany, and my major is business administration.
So. Amazing. And just how much have you enjoyed playing at Park? Obviously, as mentioned, Coach said your fifth year. Just tell me a little bit about your experience at Park.
I mean, again, it's my fifth year, so I think that speaks for it, kind of. I mean, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be here. And no, it's been great, honestly. Like, it's definitely much better than I would have ever imagined for it to be. And I mean, I came here when I was 18. Now I'm 22, and it's just been a ride. And I wouldn't want any other school to be at.
It's very cool to hear. Can you share with us about any team traditions you all have, or just fun events that you and your teammates participate in? Because we know that you are a team that has a lot of chemistry and cohesion.
Yeah, so this year we started off with some team bonding. Like, usually before everything starts, we try to get the team together, start some fun games. We started with a little fun volleyball tournament in the park, just so everybody can get to know each other. And I think we've done this all the 4 or 5 years I've been here, and I think that's just kind of what's contributing to our team success.
Very cool. Coach, coming back your direction. So you're actually number 4 on the active all-time wins list in the NAIA, which is so cool. Talk to me a little bit about what that honor means to you and just how much you love coaching this game.
Oh, wow. It's the relationships, those 300 or whatever wins they are, that's a long time. That's a lot of people. I'm happy to know what they're doing, so that's what's important to me. Loving the game. I haven't done anything since I was 6. So
I just have to tell you how cool it is to see your raw emotion, because we all know that you coaching in this competitive conference with that many wins and that honor you have to be a little ruthless also. So
yeah, I've been accused of being a little crazy and being, I don't, have you guys ever used ruthless?
I mean,
some other things. I mean, I couldn't imagine doing anything else. I love being the creator. My philosophy, and I explained this to the group the other day. My philosophy is not to be the center of attention. My philosophy is to be the creator of the center of attention. And I want them to understand I'm not trying to change them. I'm trying to combine them with both what everybody's got and what I have. With the backgrounds, we all come. I've had some background other than in the youth program as well with regional teams and national teams and traveled around the world, been lucky to do that. And to bring all these players together here and try to accomplish something here is what I love doing, and then just, seeing the players come back occasionally. You don't get every player to come back all the time, but just to get them to come back and be there and say, hey, do you remember this or do you remember that? That's everything. And it's been a long time, and I'm just very thankful for everything.
Yeah, it's very cool to see that. So thank you for sharing. Feely, what does it mean to you to have the opportunity to play for Coach Ken, who's clearly just kind of putting it all in there? His whole, all of his emotions show how passionate he is about the program. It's a unique approach, I would say, but for you as a player, how much do you love playing for a guy like Coach Ken?
I mean, it's been great. He just gives us every opportunity there is. He just gives us everything we need to be successful, and the rest is on us. We have all the chances to be who we can be, and that's what we're trying. And it's been great so far, really.
Yeah. Very cool. Coach, can you talk about this year's team? What do you have a lot of returners? Do you have some new players that we should be looking at? Just how excited you are for this squad?
No, we're about split. We're about 50-50. We took a large hit last year with graduation. And so we had to go out and replace those players. But we also had some needs, and we targeted those needs really, really quickly. We answered them really, really quickly, and then we balanced everything out afterwards. I think this team is very balanced. I think it's going to be a fun team. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, getting everything going. But I think we took a huge step last year. I mean, we got back in, we participated in the first Park Conference tournament, which was a huge step. And I think, the lessons they learned from that, they took to heart during the spring, and we had a good spring, and now we're here and we've got these other players. And I think it's good. I think every year everybody looks to see, okay, who's the competition, or who's helping us, or who's going to do this, or who's going to be that. But I think, they've seen that. But I think, like Feely has indicated, we took an extra approach of the quality of the person. And because when you go 50-50, that's a huge recruiting year, when you're doing that. So you got to make sure, not just the X's and O's, but you got to make sure the personalities, the other little things go along with each other. And so we went to extra extremes to make sure that happened. And I've been very, very pleased with the way they've accepted everything and are working towards things.
Very cool. And Coach, as a KC Metro resident, how exciting is it for you to see the growth of the game in Kansas City, in the United States, globally? Obviously a former Park Pirate himself, Vlatko Andonovski, on the grandest stage over at the World Cup, leading the U.S. women's team. Just how much does that mean to you as far as being a part of the game, just watching all this growth right around us?
Well, I mean, it speaks volumes for Kansas City that they're willing to put that kind of investment in soccer. Not, you go to some other places, they may put their investment in football or baseball or basketball, but Kansas City has decided to put it into soccer, which is really, really great. Knowing Vlatko, I may be dating myself. I watched him play here, as a player, and Milan was here too. Let's not forget Milan. Milan is his number one assistant, played here and graduated from here as well. So to see them grow as people, but as to grow as coaches as well. And, Dragona, his daughter was here the last 2 years, so, I mean, it's to bring, to have the trust to trust your child to be here as well. But for them and for us, yeah, it's great. When Vlatko visits, we let Vlatko be Vlatko. We don't make a big deal about it. I mean, the man has enough pressure as it is. He doesn't need anything else from us or anything else. But it's nice to know that he still wants to be involved with here. And lastly, I think with like the organization you're with, Casey Curran, I think it's tremendous that we're highlighting the women's game, solely the women's game, and I know Casey Curran has some plans for just the women's side and the youth side coming up in the next couple of years. So, I mean, that's going to be exciting. But I just think it's great that we invest so much into them and let them grow. The women's game is a fantastic game. It's unique. It's not a man's game. It's not a kid's game. It's a female game. And to allow that to happen and to allow it to grow at the level that it has here is great. And, are we going to have a stumbling time? Yeah, we are. Things will stop a little bit. I mean, that's just human nature, but it'll keep going. So it's just fabulous to see all the players doing their thing.
Very cool. And Fili, from your perspective, growing up in Germany, so seeing the game grow over there and over here, unfortunately, we're both in the same boat, Fili, with both of our teams being knocked out way too early. So we can, I guess, be sad together on that. However, the growth of the women's game, you've seen it on a global standpoint. What does that mean to you? And does that inspire you as the way you play too?
Yes, definitely. I think it's inspiring for every girl that plays soccer. When I grew up, when I was little, I remember watching the men's game, but now seeing that little girls can actually go and watch the Women's World Cup on TV, I think that's huge. And I think that'll get more little girls to start playing soccer. So I think it'll only get better from now on. Definitely.
Very cool. Well, we appreciate the time. Thank you so much. Best of luck in the classroom, on the pitch this season. We're cheering on Park. And of course, your Pirate who's right behind you. Thank him for his time today. Best of luck.
That's it. Number one.
Good luck this season, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the time, Julian.